Okay, let's look at homework 5.1, 5.2, number 14, right? So we have this system of inequalities, and we want to find the correct region, right? So let's do that. All right, so let's look at that. Let's identify the borderlines. So here's the inequality number 1, right? So let's look at the x-intercept. So set y equal to 0, which means that the x is equal to 18, right? So you can see that here x-intercept is 18. So this is the borderline number 1, right? So I'm going to just label that. All right, for the second one, and we're pretty sure that this is going to be the one, so I'll just double check. X-intercept is going to be set y equals 0. So 2x is 12, so divide through by 2, so x equals 6, right? So here, so this is a second borderline, so I'll label that, right? Then we know that x is greater than 0, which means that it's going to be the right half plane of the y-axis, right? Maybe I'll label that too, all right? So that's number 3. So right here, x, y-intercept, right? Last one, y is greater than equal to 0, so it's going to be x-axis, right? So let's pick the correct size, right? So let's check again, 0, 0 is not on this borderline, so let's check, right? So 0, 0, origin, all right? So let's check the first one, number 1, right? So plug in 0, so it's a 0 plus 3 times 0, which is obviously 0. Right? Is this guy greater than or equal to 18? Right? It's actually, it doesn't. It's not. Right? So which means that we need to shade the side which does not contain 0, 0. Right? So it's got to be the upper half plane. So I'll put an arrow to indicate that we're going to shade that side. Right? So let's look at the borderline number 2. Right, I'm going to check 0, 0 again. 2 times x is 0 plus y, which is 0. Again, this is 0, right? Then is this greater than or equal to 12, right? Again, it's not, right? So which means that here's the second borderline. We have to pick the side that does not contain 0, 0, which is that side, right? And we already know the answer. Answer is going to be region number 1. But I'll you know, for the heck of it, let's try. Let's check number 3. Right. So you can see that the x is greater than or equal to 0. Right. We cannot check 0, 0, which is on the borderline. So we'll probably try something like 1, 0. So let's try 1, 0. See if it satisfies. Right, so x is 1, right, which is indeed greater than equal to 0, right? So we need to check this, you know, shade the side which contains 1, 0, right? So 1, 0 is right here, right? So this is, maybe I put 1, 0 here, right? So we have to pick the side, so it's going to be the right half plane here. All right, so and the last one, we're going to check, let's see. So we cannot use any point on this line, so I'm going to try 0, 1. Right? Does 0, 1 satisfy this inequality? So y is 1, right? Is certainly greater than or equal to 0, right? So this checks, right? So it's 0, 1 is right here, right? then we need to shade the side which contains that point, so which is going to be the top half plane, upper half plane. All right, then you can combine, it has to be to the right of this y-axis. It's going to be up, top side, upper side of this one, and above that guy, and above the x-axis, right? So answer is region I, right? So let's go back and check, right? Region number 1, right? Check the answer. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear. No, actually, there's more parts, sorry. All right, next part. All right, coordinates of all the corner points that are given on the graph except the one corner point. What are the coordinates of the remaining point? All right, so let's go back and try to find that. All right, corner points would be this guy right here, which is already given. All right, this one it's not given, so this is the one we want to find. So this is the one we want to find. All right, then this one's given. All right, so in order to find that corner point, this is the intersection of borderline number 1 and the borderline number 2. All right, so we need to find a point of intersection. All right, so borderline number 1 equation is, maybe go up here, x plus 3y is equal to 18. Right, borderline number 2 is 2x plus y is equal to 12. Right, so I'm going to multiply this first equation by, say, -2. Actually, I'm going to do -3. Right, multiply by -3. That way, oh, actually, sorry about that. That's not right. I'm going to multiply the top by -2, right? That way, I can eliminate x. So you have -2 times x is -2x, right? -2 times 3y is -6y, right? Is equal to -2 times 18 is -36, right? So I'm gonna do addition here, right? 2x plus -2x cancel out. Y plus -6y would be -5y, which is equal to, right? So we're going to have negative, right? So 12 plus -36 is -24, right? So we can divide through by -5, right? So y is equal to, right, -24 divided by -5, right? So negative side cancel out. So you have 24 over 5, right? So we found the y value. X value, we can just use the first equation here. And so I'm going to go over here, right? So here's the first equation. X plus 3y is equal to 18, right? So since we want x, I'm going to just subtract 3y from both sides. So we have x is equal to 18 minus 3y, right? So we can just plug in y value we've just found. So 18 minus 3 times 24 over 5. Right, maybe I'll put parenthesis. All right, so let's do that. So we're gonna have denominator 5. So I'm gonna rewrite 18 as let's see, what over 5 is 18. So 5 times 8 is 40, and 5 times 1 is 5, so 4 plus 5, so it's a 90 over 5. Then we want to subtract by, let's see, over 5, so same denominator, right? 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 2 is 6, so it's 72, right? So this is going to give you 90 minus 72 is 18 over 5. All right. So we know that the point here, now we know what this guy's, oh, I shouldn't have erased it. This is going to be, x value is 18 over 5, comma, 24 over 5. All right, so that's that. Let's type it in. All right, so this is 18 over 5, comma, 24 over 5. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, got that. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.